Hi again, friends. I have another story for us. It's called Giraffes Can't Dance. Do you think this is a fiction story or a non-fiction story? What do you think? I'd say that it is fiction. I can guess that by the fact that there are illustrations instead of actual photographs, but that's not always a sign. And it's about giraffes dancing, and this giraffe on the cover is dancing, and that doesn't seem like something that happens in real life. But it would be really silly if it did. All right, giraffes can't dance. Gerald Giraffe was a, sorry, I'm going to start over. It's important to read carefully, and if I catch a pitfall, then I'm going to start over so that I really understand what the book is saying. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim. Slim means like really thin. But his knees were awfully crooked, and his legs were rather thin. See how his knees are a little bit crooked and his legs are really thin? He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. He uses his long neck to get his food. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. He would fall over because his knees were crooked and his legs were so thin. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. Prance is like dancing. Now, what do you think the setting of this story is? I'd say that, well, it said in the text that they were in Africa, so that's the setting. But if I wanted to describe kind of more specifically what the setting was, I might say that the setting of the story was in a jungle where Gerald the giraffe lives with other animals. All right, so and this year when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. Look at the lions dancing with flowers in their mouth. How silly. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel. And 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. So all kinds of dancing at this party. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they soon began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, the animals all sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. Ooh. That kind of sounds like bucket dipping. That doesn't sound very nice. Gerald simply froze up. How do you think Gerald feels? We can use the picture as a clue to tell us. I see his wide eyes kind of make him look scared and nervous. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So when you dip from someone's bucket like that, they might start to think it's true and feel that way about themselves, which is really sad because we don't want anyone to feel bad about themselves. So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Poor Gerald. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. There's the cricket. So he's saying that, Gerald, it's not that you're not a good dancer. Maybe you need a different song to dance to. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. So the cricket is saying, you don't need music. You can listen to the sounds of the jungle, and that can be your music. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He's dancing. He threw his legs out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Look at all the animals watching him. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I'm dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Have you ever been really excited when you've been trying to learn something or do something and you tried a lot and it took a lot of different tries, but then you finally got it and it was so exciting? Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. The end. So one way that you could respond to this story is think of something that you tried to do. It took a while to learn how to do. You could also think about something that was really scary to try, that maybe you were nervous people would make fun of you if you did it wrong, but that you were really brave and tried anyway. So if you choose to write about something like that or choose to respond to this story, send it to me so I can see. It's a great way to make a connection between yourself and the story, and that helps us understand it better, and it helps us share what we've learned. All right, have a great day, friends. I'll see you soon.